Hi kids, today we are going to learn from First Standard English Reader in Reading English Reader Lesson 12, The Little Red Hen. So let's try to learn from the story what we can learn. When we live together in a family, we must share the work and help each other. But what happens when we do not help others and are lazy? Read this play and find out. So let's read this. What are the characters are there in this story? Let's see. Let's find out what are the characters in this narrator, Little Red Hen, God, Duck, and Cat. So 5 of them are there in this play. So let's read once. Narrator. Once upon a time, a god, a duck, a cat, and a little red hen all lived together in a cozy little farmhouse on a pretty green hill. So all were living in a together. All are living together in a farmhouse. What kind of farmhouse? Cozy. Cozy means what? Cozy means comfortable. Comfortable little farmhouse on a pretty green hill. All day long, the duck swam happily in the little pond. Swam. What is swam? Swam means past form of swim. The goat grazed in the field, and the cat slept happily in the sun. The cat slept happily in the sun, and the goat grazed in the field, means ate grass, eating grass, ate grass. The little red hen did all the work in the house by herself. So they all are happily swimming happily and sleeping in the sun and eating grass in the field. So only who was working is the little red hen. One day, as the little red hen was scratching about in the yard looking for a nice beetle for her dinner. So she was scratching about in the yard looking for a nice beetle for her dinner. She found a few grains of wheat. After all, she found few grains of wheat. It gave her an idea. So she got an idea from that. Little red hen, who will plant these grains of wheat? Little red hen asked. Who will plant these grains of wheat? Goat. Not I. Duck. Not I. Cat. Not I. So all of them are not ready to plant the wheat. So the little red hen planted the grains of wheat all by herself. So little red hen planted the grains of wheat all by herself. Soon they sprouted. The little plants grew and grew until they were tall, ripe, and golden and ready to be cut. So now it's ripe and ready to be cut. And the little red hen, who will cut the wheat? And again she asked, who will cut the wheat? Because it is ready to be cut, ripe. And God, duck, and cat, not I. All of them said, not I. And narrator, so the little red hen cut the wheat all by herself. So none of them are ready to cut the wheat, so only she, red hen, cut the wheat all by herself. Now it was ready to be ground into flour. So it is to be ground into flour. What is ground here? Ground means crushed into a fine powder. Crushed into a fine powder. So Little Red Hen, who will take the wheat to the mill? And again she asked, who will take the wheat to the mill? Goat, not I. Duck, not I. Cat, not I. So all of them said, not I. And no one is ready to take the wheat to the mill. Little Red Hen, then I will. So Little Red Hen says, I will. The Little Red Hen went to the mill with a wheat all by herself. With the wheat all by herself. The Little Red Hen took all by herself and came back with a little sack of fine flour. So she came back with a little sack of fine flour. What is sack here? Sack is a large, strong bag made of cloth or plastic that is called sack. Little Red Hen, who will make the flour into bread? And again she asked, who will make the flour into bread? Goat, duck, cat says, not I. They all said, not I. None of them are ready to make bread too. The Little Red Hen, then I will do it myself. And she says, I will do it myself. And so all of them are very, very lazy and they are not ready to help others. So the Little Red Hen baked the bread all by herself. She does all by herself. When the bread was baked, the Little Red Hen took it from the oven. It was the most beautiful, crusty brown loaf she had ever seen. What is crusty here? Crusty, with a hard layer on the outside of something such as bread. So on the bread you can see brown color, no? That is called crusty. Little Red Hen, who will eat the bread? And at last she asked, who will eat the bread? And all of them said, I will. God says, I will. Duck, I will. And cat, I will. So they are ready to eat, but not ready to help others. And not ready to be work. And they are very lazy. Little Red Hen, oh no, you won't. Little Red Hen said, no, you won't. I found the grains of wheat. I planted them. I cut the ripe grain. I took it to the mill. I baked the bread. So I shall eat it all by myself. So that means all by herself. She has done the work all by herself, and so she should eat it all by herself. She says, I shall eat all by myself. So, and she did. She ate all by herself. And she did not even share to others because they don't help her. So, you should help each other. And you should help your brother or your sister or your mother and father, everyone, whatever you can help them, that you can help for them. So I hope you all are safe at home. Stay safe, stay at home, and try to read this play and learn something from this story and learn the word's meaning. Hope you all understand the lesson that we have learned today, and see you in another video again. Thank you.